All right, Algebra 2, Honors Algebra 2. Welcome to your Chapter 2 test review video here. Today we're brought to you by Noon Hydration. Run fast like Mr. Yak with this lovely hydration. All right, looking at, I guess, actually, nope, that's wrong here. I started making answers starting at page 7 in your massive test review packet. Honors Algebra 2, your test is Monday. Algebra 2, your test is Wednesday, but you guys have the same reviews. All right, let f of x equal x squared minus 5x. Simply evaluate, folks. Plug negative 6 in for x. Plug 7 in for x. Those are your two answers. There is C and D. Just kind of provide the answers, provide a little bit of explanation. This one's a little different, 31. This tells you to find the value of x so that the answer is 7. Well, you simply set the equation equal to 4. You simply set the equation equal to 4. Simply set it equal to negative 17. Simply set the equation equal to negative 3 and then positive 5. And then solve for x. Okay, those are two completely different questions. All right, here is the previous exam from 2 years ago. Both of you, I have made a different exam. I believe Honors Algebra 2, you have 29 questions. Algebra 2, you have 26 with 2 additional bonus questions. All right, domain, all the x values range, all the y values. It's not a function if you see a cheating boy, a repeating x. There's the answer to 2. It is a function. Again, there can be repeating y values. That has 3 answers, domain, range, and whether or not it is a function. Just plug it in on 3 through 6. Plug 2 in for x in the f equation. For 3, on 5, plug negative 8 in for x in the f equation. 4 and 6, deal with g, plug negative 4 in, you're going to square it. Plug 2 in, don't forget to square before you multiply by 3. Those are your two answers for 4 and 6. Write each equation in standard form. That's just x and y on the same side. Make sure x is positive and there's no fractions. So all you got to do on 7 is literally move 5x over to the left. All you got to do on 8 is make sure to move 6y over to the left. X is a little bit of a diva. It has to be written first. So instead of writing 12y minus 5x, I write negative 5x plus 12y. I also add 9 to the other side. X is not allowed to be negative, so switch the sign on everything. All right, that one's not too bad. 10 and 11, find the x and y intercepts. Okay. The y-intercept is when x equals 0, so cover-up method. Simply set a to y equal to negative 48. You get y is 6, and then y would be 0, so set 0 equal to 16 minus 48. Move 48 over, divide by 16. On 11, it's just straight cover-up method. 5y equals a negative 40, and then negative 8x equals negative 40. All right, just be careful when you divide with negatives. 12, find the slope. Difference of y's over difference of x. Also, make sure, we should practice a few more. I think we did an Honors Algebra 2. We will do an Algebra 2. 0 over a number is 0. A number over 0 is undefined. That could definitely happen on your test. The little star means I'm starting with that ordered pair. 7 minus a negative 9 over negative 5 minus 3. All right, doesn't matter if you do negative 9 minus 7 over 3 minus a negative 5. You're still going to get negative 2 as your answer. Stars for Algebra 2 mean that could be a bonus question. Honors Algebra 2, we do need to know it. All you gotta do is you're just concerned with a single y equals blank x. Whatever's attached to x is the slope, so simply divide both sides by 7. 15, move the 12x over, divide by a negative 8. Get 3 over 2. Again, same thing, 16, 17. Honors Algebra 2 know how to do it. Algebra 2 could be a bonus question. Set 3 over 1 equal to, well, just find the slope. Do y minus 2 over 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. Do a little cross multiplying. Get y is 14. Here I'm going to do negative 1 minus a negative 6 over 6 minus x equals negative 2 over 1. That's the slope. The top's going to be 5. I'm going to multiply negative 2 by 6 minus x. Negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. Negative 2 times a negative x is a positive 12. Add 12 to both sides, then divide by 2. In slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. I give you the slope, then plug x and y in, find the y-intercept. All right, again, we're going to take our time going over this Algebra 2, Honors Algebra 2. Spent a lot of time with that. All right, again, you should just be checking your answers here. Find the slope first and pick an ordered pair. I use the 4 and -3, or the -3 for x, 4 for y. Get y-intercept of 10. Perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes, so -3 over 1 would turn into 1/3. Y is 1/3 x plus b. Plug 1 in for y, 6 in for x. Get -1 for the y-intercepts. Make sure to write it as an entire equation, 1/3 x minus 1. Parallel lines have the same slope, so y equals -2x plus b. Plug -4 in for x, 2 in for y. Your y-intercept is a -6. All right. Piecewise function, gonna be 6 points, most likely, on your test. The first part simply says y equals x. If x is less than or equal to -3, so use -3 and then go to the left, use -4. Guys, y is the same thing as x, so y is gonna be -3, then y is going to be -4. That is a closed circle at -3. So when I plot -3, -3, closed circle, then everything after that is closed. The arrow is going to go down like that. Next equation literally says y equals 4 if x is between -3 and 5. Now I know there's no equality at -3, but it's still going to go to -3. So I'm still using -3. I'm definitely still using 5. Y is the same value as... or y is always 4, so -3, 4, 5, 4. So at -3, 4, it's an open circle, 5, 4, it's a closed circle, and that's a straight horizontal line. The next one is y equals 2 if y is bigger than 5, so I'm still going to use 5, then I'm going to go 1 to the right, use 6. Y is just 2 more, so add 2 from that x value. And then at 5, 7, it's an open circle. Guys, 6, 8, a lot of us still wanted to put open circle. No, it goes through 6, 8, so it has to be closed. All right? Next one, find the vertex by setting what is inside the absolute value. X minus 5, set that equal to 0. And then when x is 5, y is going to be 3. That's the y coordinate of the vertex looking at you right there. Pick an x value, 1 to the left of the vertex, 1 to the right, 2 to the left of the vertex, 2 to the right. Plug those in, you get 4 and 5. So when you go 1 to the left, you get 4. Go 2 to the left, you're going to get 5, and it makes that V. We did a pretty good job graphing these. Then we have the inequalities, folks. I would know how to do 2 of these. That one simply has a y-intercept of -2. Put a dot at -2, then go up 3 over 4. It's going to be a solid line. You're going to shade above, greater than or equal to. Let's find the intercepts. 5x equals 20. Cover up method. You get x is 4, so that means the x-intercept's 4. Then set -4y equal to 20. You get y is -5. Y-intercepts -5. That is a dotted line, no equality. And you might think you're going to shade below, but look at that. You have a -y. So if you were to divide both sides by negative, the sign would flip. Here's where you should really test 0, 0. If you plug 0, 0 in for 0 in for x, 0 for y, you get 0 is less than 20, which is true. So if 0, 0 is true, everything above it with 0, 0 is true. There is 26. Set what is inside the absolute value equal to 0. The y coordinate of the vertex would be -2. Guys, it's not -4. That's a +4. Some of us kept making that mistake over and over on our quiz. Set that equal to 0. Move the 4 over by adding in 4 to both sides. Okay, plug 5 and 6 in for x, and you're going to get these same y values. If you go 1 to the left, 1 to the right, it's going to be a solid line, and you're going to shade above. It's greater than or equal to. Okay, almost done here with the help. Piecewise function, folks. Red for the first equation, blue for the second equation, black for the third. -4 is less than -3. You use that first equation. F of 2, that's going to be the second equation. 2 is between -3 and 5. 7, that's the third equation. It is greater than 5. For D here, you're going to use the second equation because 5 can be included in that second equation. And then this last one, -3, you're going to use that first equation in red there because it can include -3. All right. 28, all 3 forms. So I will give you Pointslope Form in a previous question, but you're going to have to know slope-intercept form. You're just going to have to know standard is x, y on the same side. X has got to be positive, no fractions. Find the slope. It's -3, so Pointslope Form. I don't know, just pick a point. I circled the point I used. Y minus 2 is equal to -3 times x minus a -1, or x plus 1. That's Pointslope Form. Then distribute the -3 to x and 1. Then add 2 to both sides. That's slope-intercept form. And then simply move the -3x over. It's now positive on the left side, and that is standard form. That's a 7-point question on your test. Write each equation in point slope form. So on your test, this question will come first. Simply y minus 11 is equal to the slope times x minus a negative 7 is x plus 7, as I write there. I give you the slope again, and it passes through. Now, if I don't give the slope, you would find it, and then just pick a value, or pick a point that it goes through. There's the answer for that one. Again, to subtract a negative 13 is to add 13. And the last page here, folks, is just like the page 7 I went over. Here, if it says find f of whatever, you actually plug that in for x. Okay? Plug 3 in for x. Plug 8 in for x. Plug negative 2 in for x. I want you to find the answer if you let x be those things. This one is different because I want to know what value of x will give this equation that answer. So you simply set 6 minus 4x equal to negative 6. This next one you set 6 minus 4x equal to 18. This next one you set 6 minus 4x equal to 0. That's a negative 6 that got covered up there. Then you set negative 10 equal to 6 minus 4x. All right, folks, those are all the answers for your second review and the last page of your first review. Big test next week. End of the quarter is next Friday. This is Yak Math Videos signing out.